Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Well, today I want to talk with you about a question that I get asked quite a lot. People always say, with all the mods that you do and the money that you spent on your car, why didn't you just buy a 1M35i or a 1 Series with an M pack from the start? And I'm gonna say you guys have a point, but there is more to it than you think. First of all, I'm gonna start with why didn't I just get a 1 Series with an M pack? Well, I have two reasons. The first reason is content. Building this car to an M package one gives me extra content, which is a good thing. I have more views, I have more watch minutes, more people discover my channel, and my channel has more content. It's better for my channel. So that's one thing, more content. Like the M front, Angel Eye conversion, whatever, had a lot of views. Rear bumper install, not that much, but that was because the channel was way smaller as it is right now. But those videos get a decent amount of views, and people ask about it, and people search it, and it's good content, and that's why that I did it. Well, that's one of the reasons. And why didn't I get the 1 Series with an M pack? Well, they were a lot more expensive back then, because I bought this car 1 year ago, and since then the prices from the F20 have dropped pretty hard, actually. So now it wouldn't make as much sense as it did a year ago. And ooh, there's a freaking nice M2. Look at that gorgeous car over there. Ooh, yeah. Man, I really love an M2. I would love one in that blue color with black rims, full amp performance. Dreams, but one day the dream will come true. Anyway, like I was saying, the prices have dropped pretty hard, but the difference between them is getting smaller. So is it still interesting to do the M front conversion? The M conversion, yes and no, because when I did it 1 year ago, the prices are equal actually, but now with the price drop, it's maybe interesting to save a little bit more money and get one with an M pack from the start, and also you don't have to do all the stuff yourself or get it done, because I did quite a lot myself, so that was a huge difference on labor. But if you have to get it done all by a mechanic, then you're paying a higher bill as I did. So yeah, it's a break-even point, I think. What's the most interesting thing to do? Depends, maybe just getting an M pack now is better, but 1 year ago it was more debatable. Let us say it like that. But I wanted a car with a low kilometers on the dash, and the 1 Series that I found with an M pack, they were 5,000 to 6,000 euro with a little bit more kilometers, more expensive as mine. And you see, that was just a bit too much money for me at the time, and also it doesn't cost 6,000 euro to do the whole M conversion. There were some pretty decently priced ones which only cost 2,000-3,000 euro more, and that was maybe a better deal, but they had 30 or 40,000 kilometers more as this one. So really, like I said, it was break even, but it provided a lot of content, so that's why I did it, because this is not OEM, most of it, so yeah, the OEM was maybe a little bit better quality, but really not that noticeable. Now maybe if I would have bought an F20, I would have gone for an MPEG anyway. Maybe, I'm not sure. But that's why I bought this one. It is what it is, and I have converted it now, and it looks pretty amazing. And I'm busy with the M conversion anyway. So yeah, looks good in my eyes. Then why didn't I get a 135i? Well, that's pretty obvious, the price difference. Still, with all the money I spent on this car right now, I wouldn't have got a 135i. Maybe I just could get a car, but then you have to pay insurance, road tax, and a few mods that I have already done to it should also apply on the 135i. And then you would still pay a lot more money than I did. I'm just gonna say, what did I pay? For this car, back then, I paid around a little bit more than 13,000 euro when it had 24,000 kilometers on the clock. It was the build year is 2013. And my old 1 Series, I sold it for just a little bit under 5,000 euros. So I had to spend, let us say 9,000 euro. That's what I had to spend to get this car, and that was the money that I had for for this one. A 135i back then, the prices have dropped a little bit, but the lower kilometer ones, with I want a low kilometer one, were at least 26, 27, and I'm talking about the pre-facelift. Yeah, you were getting them for 110, 21, 22,000 kilometers, but they had 100,000 kilometers, which is a lot more than this car. So yeah, the same kilometer as on the meter as mine, they were, let us say, 15,000 euro. No, let's say 14,000 euro more expensive. That's quite a lot, 14,000 euro. But then we are talking about insurance and road tax, because on this car I barely pay any road tax. I only pay 270 euro a year because it's 1.6 Euro 6 with only 102 horsepower original. So it looks like a very fast sportive car, but in real life, on paper it isn't. We all know about the tune. So really, it's a cheap car for the yearly tax, and and insurance is also pretty cheap, because I only pay 440 euro on my name, and the 135i was at least 3,000 euro, and the road tax is also a lot more. It's like 800 euro instead of 270. So at the end of the day, driving with this car would have cost me 15,000 euro, while the 135i 31. So that's a price difference of 14,000 euro. And yeah, with all the mods that I spent, I didn't spend 14k on this car. I didn't. I maybe spent 7, 8. So there is still a big difference in price. Also, this car is a lot more economical as a 135i. On fuel, it's pretty decent actually. And I do a lot of kilometers, so it's cheaper for me to run. I'm still getting, a 6-cylinder in the future, I still am. But back in the day, that's why I actually bought this car instead of a 135i. But to say, my original plan was actually to get a 135i from the beginning, because that's just a more interesting car, I know. But I actually wanted to drive the black 1 Series a little bit longer, but there were just too many things that needed to be done to still drive the car the way I did. And let us say I would have needed to spend 5,000 euro to get it good running again, because the differential bearings were gone, just maintenance stuff was needed. There was a coolant leak, because there was oil in the coolant tank, which is not that good. The gear shifter didn't shift that nice anymore. So yeah, at the end of the day, I sold the car when it was still running for at least a good 10,000 kilometer. So I didn't have to spend all that money. I sold it for a decent price. It didn't ask too much money. But that's why I sold it earlier as I planned, because if I would have waited a year longer, then I would have been able to just buy a full MPAC 1 Series with all the options that I want from the start, and do little stuff like a spoiler or Maxon design, coilovers, wheels, tune, exhaust. I still would have done those things, but I wouldn't have made the M swap, angel eyes, all that stuff. So I wouldn't have I needed to do less stuff than I did now. That would have been eventually maybe a better option, but it was less content. And if I would have waited another year, then I would have got the 135i. But realize one thing, that if I needed to buy a 135i, I was today still running the 169. So, because since I only have this car for like 1 year and 2 months at the moment, so if I could save until now, then maybe I would get a higher mileage 135i, maybe. But at the end of the day, I'm still happy with the choice I made, because it's a good car, and even I run it that much, and it has not even 60,000 kilometers yet. So if I drive it for another year or two and I sell it with 100,000 kilometers, it's still a decent kilometer, and it has a lot of cool options and stuff like that, and I wouldn't have done that much maintenance. I still get a decent price, and I get myself a 140i for 20,000 euro. And after I sold this one, and then everything is fine. So I get why you guys ask me why didn't I get a 135i. There's a mosquito here. It's very annoying. But there is some logic to it. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video anyway. It was just a little talk, because I get this message quite a lot actually in real life also. So the price difference between a 135i and a 140i, it is, mosquito, is pretty big, but the price to run it is even bigger. Just take that in mind. Where are you, stupid animal? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!